Hey yo, what is up and welcome back again to more Tekkit inspired Minecraft machinery mayhem. And this time we have for you the Macerator. Now this is my example in case I forget how to build it, because one of the things I said, as I keep saying in these videos, is trying to figure out a way to make these machines cost money to the player. I want each individual machine to be more unique than just a different named name tag and an armor stand. Like the quarry's an armor stand, the generator's an armor stand, the cow milker's an armor stand. So as you can see, I've gone around and I've erected these machines in such a way that they will only function if the player builds them in exactly the same way. So what we have here right now is my example for the Macerator. So what you need for this to work is armor stand, hopper, 4 stone cutters, 4 observers, a piece of carpet, and a barrel. Not too bad, not too expensive, but expensive enough that it does its job. So if we grab some iron ore now, I'll show you exactly how this thing works. So if we chuck this in the top here, and we'll pop a boot on. I happen to have one in the inventory for just such an occasion. So dispense the ore. There's a lovely breaking noise. Oh, so satisfying. And it's macerating the ore, but what it's doing is macerating it into nuggets. Now, why nuggets, you might ask? Well, because if I macerated it into just 2 copies of iron ore, there's nothing stopping you taking those 2 copies and sticking them right back in the top here. So you could start with 1 iron ore, then get 2, then 4, then 8, then 16, then 32, then 64, and then before you know it, you're getting stacks and stacks from just 1 piece. So no, the only way to make it fair is to make it cost, make it into nuggets. So if we just let that drain out into there, so there we go, 30. Now, 9 nuggets per iron bar, right? So to macerate, you want 2 lots. So there should be, once we've done this, this should cap out now at 48. Beautiful. And there you go. It's totally non-abusable. It doubles your ore output, and if you want to turn those back into ingots, obviously you don't smelt these. You take them to a crafting table, which is here, and then you just turn them back into ingots. Pretty straightforward. Now obviously at some point I will set up an automatic crafting table so you can automate this process. But that's generally speaking how the macerator works and how I decided to make it unabusable. Now what's actually going on here is if I break these so you can get a better look, we'll dump an ore in. Now if you watch very quickly, you'll see it creates another dropper, which it then breaks immediately, depositing the nuggets. Now the reason you need to have this dropper break immediately is because if the hopper tries to drain it one at a time, by the time you put another ore in, it's going to overwrite, because I'm using the replace item command, there's no add item command. So when it puts those 18 nuggets in there, if you've only managed to get 3 out before it puts another 18 in, that's not going to go to 18 plus 16, you know, which I think is 34. 34, is that right? I think that's right. It's not going to go to that. It's going to go back to 18, and then you'll have lost those other 15 ingots. So what it does is it breaks it, so all of the nugs go into the hopper, and then the hopper can then drain them one at a time, and you can just add more and more nuggets to that as quickly as you can cycle the system. So you got 33 in there now. 42, and then they will just drain one at a time into that. So as you can see, it's a perfectly efficient, flawless, reliable, unabusable macerator design. And now I'm going to show you the code that powers it. So over here we have the macerator code. So what's happening here is, again, it's very similar to the wood farm. We're testing for the block to make sure the machine has been assembled. We're going to make sure there's a block in all the right places. The stone cutters are all there. We need to make sure observers are all there, because this is the only way I can make it cost the player like resources other than just an armor stand and a name tag to make these machines. So there we go. There you've got all the observer checks, so that is functioning, so the game's allowing the rest of this code to run, because all these repeating blocks here are activated by redstone. And then what that's going to do is going to look at the macerator, and if an iron ore comes within 2 blocks, it's going to kill the iron ore. It's then going to set a block level with the armor stand's head, which is a dropper. It's going to put 80 nuggets in the first slot of that dropper. It's then going to replace that dropper with air and destroy it. Destroy is an important command because it means it drops the blocks. Now it's also going to drop the hopper, so the last thing we want to do is kill the dropper. So we don't want that. We don't want an extra dropper floating around in the world and ending up in the hopper. So now, as you can see, when we go back over here and push the button, detects the collision, creates the dropper, destroys the dropper and the dropper's block, puts the nuggets in, and you have a fully functioning macerator in Minecraft Bedrock Edition on the 360 vanilla. Can I get a like and subscribe for that, people? Come on! Come on! Between this and the condenser, come on! Let's get some likes and subscribes. But anyway,